Hey, what's up out there, everybody? I hope all is going fantastic with you out there. This is my review of Mortal Kombat from rookie director Simon McQuoid. It's, of course, based on the classic side-scrolling fighting game of the same name, and it looks to finally deliver all of the bloody carnage onto the big screen that we've missed in live-action adaptations of the past. So let's get into the bloody good, the bloody bad, and everything else in between to see if this movie can live up to the hype, to deliver a great video game movie, and to deliver the great Mortal Kombat movie that fans have been waiting decades for.
Kinda wins.
Now, right out of the gate, I'll just say I had a great time with this movie. I really enjoyed it. It does have its flaws, sure, but I think the positives far outshine its hindrances, and what the result was a video game movie that felt like it kind of came from the 90s, but with all the cutting-edge visual effects of today. So let's get into what I loved about this movie, and there I think I would begin with the casting. I don't think there's any doubt that fighting is the key ingredient in a Mortal Kombat movie over deep character acting. These characters are all very fantastical and are supposed to be the best of the best in combat, and this movie casted people that I think truly felt capable in that department, which resulted in waves of visually appealing action. But I also think they brought a little bit of heart to their performances as well that created a slight human quality to the otherwise cartoonish roles. So I would say the cast overall was really able to fill both sides of the famous fighters that they were playing, and they were able to bring life and backdrop to a collection of video game fighters without ever feeling overly serious. Joe Taslim was world class in the lead as the sinister Sub-Zero. I think the lead here, being the villain, was actually kind of cool. If you're not familiar with Taslim, I recommend checking out Warrior on HBO MAX. It's one of the best shows on TV that nobody has seemed to watch, and he's fantastic in it. He was also in The Raid and The Night Comes For Us, and the dude is bad. He's got endless martial arts skills, and here he is more than effectively able to turn Sub-Zero into just an unstoppable killing machine. And I thought everybody overall just brought a nice range to their roles. Everybody brought the needed physicality to their characters to deliver some awesome fight sequences. Everybody really did have their moment to leave their imprint on the ass kicking, and when they weren't fighting, there was a layer of charisma to their personalities that I think actually enabled the quick doses of cheap humor to land with a lot of amusing charm, which, to be honest, really did surprise me. And the next positive would certainly be the fight choreography overall. It was fantastic. The action certainly was the best thing about this movie. It was the focus, and that's how it should have been for a Mortal Kombat movie. The fighting was intricate at times. It was tailored to the skill sets of all the fighters nicely, and it resulted in plenty of variety to just keep the showdowns feeling fresh throughout the runtime. Because the fighting was frequent, but it never really felt stale. It never felt cheesy. It was able to incorporate plenty of fan service moments as well, which I had a great time with. It was way over the top in terms of violence, and that's exactly what a Mortal Kombat movie should deliver, in my opinion. The next major positive would just be the look of the movie overall. I thought it looked fantastic. The production design was impressive, as were the digital effects. The backdrops reminded me routinely of the game when I was a kid. They were very detailed and vibrant. The wardrobes were awesome. The special effects overall looked great. I mean, Sub-Zero's ice was extremely cool looking. They did a lot of cool stuff with his powers, as were all the fire effects, and just all the other powers of the fighters I thought came off on screen extremely awesome looking. Now, on the downside, this movie did have some flaws. The story itself wasn't really the best, although I will say it did work for me. I felt it kind of had the vibe of the story mode in the game, both in how it progressed and how new fighters would be introduced, so it kind of did feel like it was just keeping with that same atmosphere of some of the early games, but from a storytelling aspect, it was very choppy with so many characters coming and going and the swift pace of the plot. Because the story does jump around a lot while it's progressing, it doesn't spend a lot of time with a lot of the different characters, and there are moments throughout that sort of feel like simple filler to kind of bridge the gap between all the fighting. So I guess I would say it really comes down to how much of a serious story you want. I personally wasn't expecting one. I didn't really want a layered story with an abundance of dialogue, so I was happy with the self-awareness here, but some may have an issue with all the plug-and-play story elements. But for me, I thought it was enough of a connective narrative to invest in. I thought it was enough to kind of make all the fighting actually mean something, and I had a great time with this movie. So Mortal Kombat is gonna get 90%. It wasn't overly self-serious, and I really appreciated that. It created a thrilling ride with all the fighters that I played with in the games as a kid, and for that, this was an entertaining escape into the world of Mortal Kombat with all the gore, the martial arts, and the fatalities that I still remember vividly to this day. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I'd love to talk movies with you guys. Share it with your friends, and without question, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can never miss a video. Here are some links to some recent reviews just in case you missed them. All my social media links and the link to our official website are down in the description below, and I'll catch you next time.